Hello everybody, High Flyers Tag Team, back here with a new video again today. On today's video, we will be discussing not brand new, we will be discussing the critic reviews of the film. So now, the film's been screened to several critics, the reviews are out there. I'm not going to read this article. If you want to read this article, it's from slashfilm.com, but I just want to go over the critic reviews because I feel like critic reviews are important. No Rotten Tomato scores yet, but this will give everyone an impression on what the critics think of this film. Because in my opinion, they were pretty right about King of the Monsters, and go on ahead, butcher me. But I will say ahead of time, the reviews are basically positive for this movie. So let's begin, shall we? First up, I'm going to read all the critic reviews. I'm going to try to avoid giving my thoughts on the reviews, why I read them. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try to read them and then give my thoughts in the end on how I interpret everything. If you want to read all these for yourself, there you go. First up from Ben Pearson. Godzilla vs. Kong, way better than Godzilla King of the Monsters. All of the human stuff is still bad, but the big monster action in this one should satisfy the people who are interested in a movie like this. Great. From Eric Davison. I've seen Godzilla vs. Kong, and it is a grade A awesome. The monster brawls are badass and beautiful. Huge fights, all well designed and super gnarly. Solid story, strong cast, really good score. A true midnight monster movie. And my favorite movie of the four modern Godzilla vs. Kong movies. Bold statement. I'm not crazy about the previous Godzilla movie. It's my least favorite of the four. Story is confusing and you can't really see the fights. Completely different here. Dug the story and the fights are pretty awesome. Directum Adam Wingard's midnight movie vibes all over this. I haven't seen that movie, so if you guys have, you can let me know your thoughts on that. Godzilla vs. Kong is one hell of a ride. True, it feels like some stuff is missing. It flies by on a grease rail, but that's part of the why I love it so much. And in the shadow of the plot-heavy King of the Monsters, the fights are epic, and Adam Wingard brings the style and colors to the MonsterVerse. As expected, and probably as it should be, the Titan fights are the best parts of Godzilla vs. Kong. Adam Wingard definitely has the eye to make the most of these moments. Still don't think they've nailed how to incorporate human characters, but the top-notch ensemble helps. So I believe that's 5 reviews so far. Alright, number 6. I absolutely hated the prior Godzilla movie, so here's the utmost praise I can give a movie like Godzilla vs. Kong. It is a coherent movie with daytime fights, and I could always see what was going on. I truly mean that as a compliment. Alright, number 7. Godzilla vs. Kong is a visual spectacle featuring jaw-dropping fight scenes between the two top iconic titans. Wingard's directing style is a full display in a colorful and breathtaking fashion that also harkens back to the 80s style kaiju. Needless to say, this film's a blast. Number 9, I think. Godzilla vs. Kong is breathtaking, out of this world, and easily the best in the series. The heart of the story is Kong, and the human story complements the monster adventures, allowing them to shine. Just seeing the two iconic monsters battling each other is worth it alone. Next up. Godzilla vs. Kong is the movie we've all been waiting for. 3 rounds of these two titans going head to head. It is an action-packed film that demands to be seen on the big screen. And there you go. There's his a video he talked about it. I've watched that, but there's nothing much here. Finally, Toho Kingdom did their own review. I'm not going to click on it because some of those are just people complaining about no soundtrack. But alright, here we go. Godzilla vs. Kong impressions. First off, no Godzilla theme or Akira Fukube themes. No post-credits. No Mechagodzilla and Godzilla skins disguised like 1974. Thought I would get that out of the way first. So there you go. Your guys' theories, just there you go. The film is a put your brain in fun mode sort of film. So basically Transformers. Briskly paced. Not a lot of character development and huge leaps in logic. If you're someone who tries to tear down logic in movies, etc., you're going to drive yourself crazy with this one. So basically, if you think this film's supposed to be realistic, you're going to hate it. But someone like me, I'm going to love it. So you're going to probably see a good review from me. I mean, okay, you know what? We'll save it for after. Those of you who have seen the brackets part of the opening sequence online should know that the movie is all about fun, but it also is a standalone movie and meant to be enjoyed on its own. No Mothra, no Rodan, etc. are in it. Now, on to why you're here. The fights are spectacular. The visuals and choreography are top-notch. The fights deliver. I didn't agree with the final outcome, but I'm sure there are those of you who will just flat out love it. Okay, that's weird. I actually don't know how to interpret that. The film was very much a Kong film, and while Godzilla does show up and cause some trouble, the focus seemed to be on Kong. There is even what seems to be a nod to King Kong escapes. When watching the battles, it would have been nice to hear some Akira Fukube themes, but what Junkie XL has in it is pretty awesome. I only heard it through my car speakers at the drive-in press screening. It'll be nice to hear it through actual theater speakers next week. While the film does end with no post-credit sequence, you get the feeling that the MonsterVerse is just getting started. Anyways, that's the impressions. Try to keep them short but sweet. If you can, feel comfortable, see the movie on the biggest screen you can. If not, make yourself comfortable and watch it HBO Max at home with a big bowl of popcorn. Final note, Godzilla does have a lot of screen time. It's nice to finally see him in daylight as well. Didn't want to give the impression that he's barely in the movie. So, there you guys go. That's the overall critic thoughts. Actually, here's a new one. My bad. Another one I think just popped up, right? Yeah, okay, so another critic review just popped up, so let me go on and read that too. Have seen Godzilla vs. Kong twice. The human scenes are exactly what you expect, not worth talking about. The Godzilla and Kong stuff is why you paid to see the movie on an IMAX screen. They each have scenes that showcase their power, and the third act is awesome. Watch Godzilla fight Kong for the first time in my living room, and while I have a decent setup, this movie demands to be seen on the biggest screen possible. If you can find a theater, it's just like if you can find a theater, do it, you know? So, there you guys go. That's the critic reviews. So, overall, I would say they're all pretty positive to me. I know some people might interpret some things differently, but to me, it's all very positive. Basically, in summary, for anyone who just like skipped my summary for any reason, basically, the overall thoughts: the action's amazing, looks incredible, the film looks spectacular. It's very fast paced. So it's very fast paced, lots of action, very good action. One person said they don't necessarily agree with the final outcome. I, again, don't necessarily know what they mean by that. I have some ideas, but that's getting into spoiler territory. But the only thing is that they say the humans aren't good still. So if you do have an issue with that, sorry, like you're not. It's kind of just at this point, like. I don't know what else to expect. You know, it was pretty safe to assume that a while ago due to some other critic reviews from a while back. But yeah, so the humans aren't as good. Everyone is saying it's way better than King of the Monsters. All of them here said that King of the Monsters is their least favorite, while this, on the other hand, they think absolutely dominates King of the Monsters. So if you don't like King of the Monsters, or even if you do, everyone's saying that this has some of the same issues as King of the Monsters, or it's like similar in a way, but it's way better, which I'm super happy about. It's probably exactly what King of the Monsters should have been, but I'm not going to sit here and just rant and just try to rip apart King of the Monsters. If you love King of the Monsters, you love King of the Monsters. You know, more power to you. But yeah, so there you guys go, though, for anyone who wanted that. Again, it's also not very realistic, so if you're one of those people who want grounded realism in the movies, it's over, guys. Rest in peace. So that's about it. Overall, great reviews. Everyone's saying go watch it on the biggest screen you can. It needs to be seen on the biggest screen, and it's an incredible, fun movie. It sounds so much like a Transformers movie to me, and I actually like the Transformer movies, so other than the last few. But what do you guys think of all this? You guys happy with these critic thoughts? Is this what you wanted from the movie? Just humans kind of being whatever, and then lots of monster screen time, by the way, from Godzilla and Kong. So yeah, I hope that pleases all you guys. Sounds good to me. It sounds like a hell of a joyride. So again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, peace out and bye-bye.